If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Welcome to Tunnel Talk, a no facts, all feelings wrestling podcast on the Social Suplex Network. I'm Allie.
I'm Ann.
And I'm Leah.
Girls, how long have we been on this call for already? I'm a listener.
45 minutes.
45
I was
minutes.
just saying, there was only 3 matches on Dynamite. Surely we'll be in and out of here. No.
Haven't even started. We've covered every other topic under the sun already. We've made huge mental health breakthroughs. There's nothing that we haven't discussed, and now we're on the record. And we must find yet more to say.
Anybody got to keep that chit-chat going. Keep the good times rolling. Some weeks we get into the Zoom and we do like 10 minutes of chit-chat and then we're on to the business. Not this week.
Not this week. And that's because winter is so long and it has barely but started.
And we're still in meteorological fall.
Yes, it has not started. Hasn't started. So there's that, but it's so dark and the sunlight is so strange now that we did daylight saving. My voice quavering. It's so strange and I feel so unsettled all the time and I'm scared.
Yeah. It's like you do spooky season in October, but really the light becomes frightening in November. So
spooky season is fun. November light is not fun. It's serious. It's bad. Seriously bad.
We got to get back into Fraggle Rock, Castle Rock.
Castle Rock? Oh my God, I forgot we were watching Castle Rock.
Yeah.
Yes, we must get back into Castle Rock.
Yeah. We gotta Stephen King it up while the light's scaring us.
What are you guys doing on Sunday?
Watching Castle Rock.
Hell yeah.
Watching Castle Rock, I guess.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Pencil it in.
That'll be huge. That's going to be really big. TV-wise, I'm accepting recommendations from anybody, not from you, Leah. I don't want
Wow.
I just don't need to hear about... I know about Dr. House, and I don't think I need to hear about the rest of it. Unless you're
Allie,
onto something else you want to debut.
Well, I'm almost done with my rewatch of House. And
oh my God,
really? I think next on the docket is going to be The Good Doctor. So
you can't. No, you're going to The Good Doctor.
It sounds terrible. The GIFs I have seen.
What did we used to watch? It must have been The Bachelor. We used to watch The Bachelor live, and The Good Doctor would come on right after The Bachelor. And The Good Doctor is played by the guy who played Norman Bates on the CW show Bates Motel.
Oh, yeah.
So we used to leave it on for kind of a long time after The Bachelor, just being like, what's the Good Doctor getting up to? What's Norman doing? And the vibe kind of was like it was Bates Motel, but in a hospital. And Bates Motel isn't a good show, but it is a very interesting cultural artifact.
I can see that. Really, CW shows do kind of encapsulate a moment in time pretty effectively, like maybe more effectively than other television.
Yeah. And they just raise a lot of questions, like so often. Like it's just like at the most basic level, it's like, why did you decide to make the show Bates Motel? Why did you think like kind of a CW sexy teen vibe was the right tone to bring to your psycho, like, mother-daughter incest drama? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, whose idea was this?
Wow.
Something iconic about it, though. You know?
I mean, yeah, sounds like it.
I don't even know. I think it was on the CW. I actually don't even know. It just should be. It must have been.
It seems like it. Yeah.
Gotta check.
This isn't a recommendation for you, but you would, I think, be interested to know that I have been watching The Americans and getting very into it lately. But
have you?
Yeah.
Okay, I was too busy trying to. I think it might have aired on. It can't have aired on USA. That must have been the. I'm so sorry. Somebody cut this. I can't figure it out right now. A&E. It's crazy. It's
A&E.
That's insane. It's a CW show to its core. The Americans genuinely.
I'm sorry. I'm too deeply troubled by A&E. That's not.
I don't think I knew that they had any content.
I know, and I feel like their only content should be like the American style show. I don't know.
I always thought they only did documentaries where they were like, is Hitler in Brazil?
We investigate. I can't. These are some of these shows I'm seeing here. Longmire, Secrets of Playboy, Duck Dynasty. That was A&E.
Oh,
that I think I knew.
I think I did know that, but I couldn't have pulled it out of my memory if you'd given me a million years. Duck Dynasty.
A&E co-produced Longitude. That was a documentary series that I was obsessed with about John Harrison, maybe. I was obsessed with in middle school because I was a loser.
Yeah, I mean, that's a PBS show there, yeah, but...
Co-produced something about Shackleton. My guy.
Oh my God, I just finished reading a book about Shackleton.
Really?
Did you? Was it the one?
To it. That Beth recommended.
Endurance. No, it was. Was it fictional?
No.
It was non-fictional.
Yeah.
Great.
The Beth recommended. Okay, your vibe during that conversation, not what I expected.
There are so many streams of interest for me right now. I know. I don't know where to look.
It really is like one time when a few of my friends and I, we had gotten together like on a trip and we kept like having topics and then you'd say something like one, but when you went to a new topic, we like new tab, like you're opening one because we're going to go back to the old tab. Like I feel like we've opened like 4 new tabs in this.
There are so many tabs and I'm trying to look at all of them at the same time. Leah, I got confused because I wasn't sure if there was a book that you started reading because Blorb recommended it.
Yes.
And that was fictional.
That was fictional. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That was called The Wager, which I actually, the audiobook was a little too dense for me, so I didn't finish that.
I get that.
But I did listen to the audiobook for Endurance.
Oh my God. How was it?
It was actually really good. And it was a little dry at the beginning because they were just like, and here's how many beams went into the ship. But then when it got going, it really got going.
Well,
I was
a great
on the edge
story.
of my seat. Yeah.
It is a great story it's like one of those rare, like dire Arctic predicaments that like ends pretty well.
Good.
You're like,
I cannot believe,
Yeah.
I cannot believe how well. They all live. Then they go die in World War I, which is the tragic human ending. I never forget that part. They all make it through.
Yeah.
There's this great line. I know I've said it on the podcast before, but there's like a line from a diary that like someone at the whaling station that Shackleton made it to. There's a line in the diary that might have been in the thing where it's like someone's writing the diary and it's like, he said, my name is Ernest Shackleton. And the captain like turned his head and wept. Like they just all thought he was fucking dead for sure. And he's like, no, I just dropped my guys on an island.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said they all died in World War I. It's like thinking about like your own life now. It's like this podcast. Like we all lived through the pandemic, but then they all died in the flooding of 2030, you know?
Yeah. They were so excited about making it through X, and then they had no idea 5 years later they would be taken out
by winter. They weren't going to make it through the winter of 2025 because they were really bummed out.
The light was bad, so they didn't make it.
Well, to go back to another tab that got opened, The Americans genuinely, I think, is one of the greatest shows ever made. It is basically perfectly written start to finish. And they land the plane. I mean, it's like, and the whole bus cheered. Like, the ending of that show is just like, holy shit, you did it. You fucking did it.
I'm so excited because I'm just
bastards.
I think I just finished season 2, maybe,
so
which was super good. But like I had liked it when I tried to watch it before, but it requires like more attention than I often give television.
Have to pay attention to the whole show, basically.
Yeah, but I've gotten hyper fixated on my knitting lately, which like lets me pay more attention to the television than other activities I do. So I'm like, yeah, it's my Americans activity.
Oh, I'll be thrilled to hear your reportage as you move, because it does go. I mean, it takes you on a wild ride through, it's like it covers, I don't know how many years it covers, but it's like you watch America change through the show. Let's say that.
Yeah, but just thinking about like the divide between people who like remember the Cold War versus people who don't when it comes to like socialism and people's like associations with it is super interesting. And it's just like, wow, you kind of feel nostalgic for the Cold War with all its simple enemies, but also like things were really bad then, Yeah,
like, they were pretty
real bad.
Yeah, it is very interesting, like to be in the political space. I don't remember 1981, but it is very interesting. But then also like the way that in the first episode. It's like, this is what a TV show should do, so I don't know why I'm acting like it's crazy that it did it, but it does feel crazy. They were like, okay, so you have these established characters, and moment one, you're in the moment where they're starting to feel like their relationship is something that it never has been before. And then the whole show is about, like, that relationship.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just trying not to, like, be too spoilery, because it's like, you should watch everyone should watch The Americans. But it's like, it is so emotionally smart.
Yeah. Yeah, and the premise is that it's these two like Russian KGB agent spies who are deep undercover as like American citizens, where they only speak English to each other, like they have English, American accents.
They have 2 kids who don't know that they're Russian. It's semi-based on some of these embedded, like the Canadian ones.
Right, real ones. So yeah, their children don't know, and they're in like basically what's an arranged marriage, where it's like they just have to, they're just 2 agents assigned to each other, and then they have to have children and stuff, which is like an incredible emotional premise.
And they've been married for like, I don't know, like 15, 20 years or something, like a long, long time when the show starts, but you come in at this moment where their relationship is changing. It's so, it's so good. And I'm obsessed with Stan Beeman, my king Stan Beeman.
Actually, I was watching thinking about it because he's getting worked real hard, and I was like, man, smarks love to think they're not getting worked, and then they get worked so easy.
Almost no one has a worse time in the world than Stan Beeman in the show The Americans, but he makes a lot of great friends in a sense as well. So anyway, I think that's good. That was good chit-chat. We covered a couple different tabs, and Leah's watching, it's not Bates Motel. She's going to watch The Good Doctor for some reason. So, and then I'm accepting recommendations from everybody else because I'm just rewatching Father Brown, which can't really be happening for much longer. We're going to have to cycle out of that, just back away. So maybe I'll rewatch The Americans, but you do have to pay attention to it. But I'm working on my lampshades a lot. Okay. Well, maybe that'll work. So, anyway, we also did watch wrestling this week. Should we get into that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I wish I were asleep.
Leah's like, I can't believe you guys have chit-chatted for this long.
And I didn't do any of our pod business. Okay, all you need to know is our episode, usually we'd have an episode coming out Sunday, November 23rd. Because of American Thanksgiving, it instead will be coming out on Tuesday, November 25th, and then that following Sunday, no episode, and then episode as usual, the beginning of December. Is that right?
Yeah. So we'll basically like record after Full Gear and then release it on the Tuesday and then have the week off for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So you'll hear from us about Full Gear and then we'll have a week off and we'll tweet about it. And it's like, if you don't see an episode, just be like, I guess they're gone. Guess they didn't make it through the winter of 2025 that hasn't started yet. And then this will also be our final reminder that Chop-Tees is closing on November 25th. So if you want anything from our souvenir stand, now is the time. Again, thank you to anyone who has bought something. We love you, and we love thinking about you out there in our gas station merch. And it sucks that it's closing, but it is. So November 25th, that's your final day. Okay?
Yeah.
Is that
good
okay?
Job.
All right. This week's Dynamite was a special Blood and Guts episode. So We opened with the women's blood and guts match, and then we had what I've repeatedly called an intermission, which we'll get into some of the stuff that happened in there, and then we ended with the men's blood and guts match. Let's up front say, it's a format we've never had before. How did it strike you?
It was good. Like, I was very invested, and I was very tired also, not probably quite as tired as Leah, but like I was thinking it's a 2.5 hour episode, I had like a really bad headache, and I was like, good God, I'm gonna die. And what are we gonna talk about if there's only 3 matches, But then it was really fun.
Do you think our energy is a little bit that like Leah just got diagnosed with narcolepsy?
I feel like that though. I keep being like, what is wrong with me? All I want to be doing is sleeping.
It's just those long winter nights, we might as well be Vikings that slept for 18 hours a day in the winter or whatever.
What's the video of the guy in like
Oscar?
Yeah,
Sweden. Cousin Oscar.
That's me being talking to people in other parts of the country, being like, enjoy your sunlight. I don't have any.
It's pitch black. It's 2:30 in the afternoon.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you were sleepy, but not as sleepy as Leah because she has narcolepsy.
That's the headline. Yep.
That's the headline. I was shocked by how much I loved the format, actually. Like, I felt kind of idiotically like, there's a takeaway here. It's better to watch a few things you find really interesting than a ton of things you find not interesting at all.
Yeah. They maybe could take this lesson to Collision, maybe, and like instead of just doing a bunch of squashes, maybe do like 2 or 3 meaty matches.
Meaty matches, yeah.
Something to think about.
I guess they're trying to get people airtime, but it's like, I don't know, maybe just have some, big tournaments.
Yeah, have some multi-women matches over there. Like,
yeah. Did you guys have any thoughts? You don't have to have any thoughts on the women opening. I was
glad.
Personally.
I mean, I liked
good.
it, and like they blew me away so that like when it was over, I was like, no way, the men are gonna live up to it. And honestly, I kind of don't think they did.
I don't think they did either, which I really enjoy saying. Like the women really set a bar that the men couldn't match. But yeah, it was nice too because like I was fresher, and I think more. I hate saying these demo like ratings things. More people are watching at the top of the hour.
Well, I appreciated that, like people who have opinions about this kind of thing were like, actually, I think them opening the show is like more of a gesture of faith than having them close it under these circumstances. And I was like, it feels right to me. And I am glad that they got to go first and didn't have to be like the comparison match. And I do think it's impressive that like both matches had a little bit of a problem this year where it's like the story going into them is not like there's not a super clear central story between these different cliques that we can like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just kind of like, there's a number of different things that are operating here that are the reason they're fighting. But mostly they're fighting because we have to have blood and guts matches. So they're going to be in these blood and guts matches. And I thought ultimately, like, the women did a better job of then selling, like, and we actually have a lot of shit going on in here, though, and it's going to get emotional than the men did. But I thought they both were really fun.
Yeah. They totally both were, and they both did a decent job, but I was surprised at how good a job the women did with all their different things. And like when the bloodiness was sort of initially announced, I feel like they had kind of, like they'd announced like the Sisters of the whatever.
We weren't even sure it was happening. We forgot they announced
it. Yeah, but it was like people with like no stories going on. So they were smart to add like Mercedes and Toni and Willow and Kris, and like they're people everybody's more excited to see anyway. But then I thought they did a really good job of like weaving those things together for sure.
Yeah, they created a robust emotional ecosystem in there, and there were bloody guts. So
they went hard.
A few quick, I won't read all this, but there was some setup on Collision to kind of like get the emotional ball rolling. So Kris promoted on Mercedes on Collision and kind of explicitly called out like, Mercedes, you lack focus. Like, you're so obsessed with gathering all these different belts. Like, no, you can't have this belt because this belt matters more. Like, you wouldn't just, what did she say? She was like, you can't have one of your like hot little nameless male bimbos carrying this belt around.
I did like it was perfect, but I wanted to reach through the screen and be like, Kris, Himbo.
Himbo,
is the
yeah.
word you want.
It's in the dictionary now, probably.
Although now, for the rest of my life, somehow, every time I hear the word bimbo, I just think about
Yeah.
CM Punk called him a dumb bimbo.
A bimbo? Empty-headed, dumb fuck bimbo?
Which he didn't. That's just something we made up.
But in my heart,
was a
I'm like, but it
translation
did
you
happen.
did.
It
did happen,
It basically happened. Should have said himbo. But yeah, so that I thought that was good, just underlining the Mercedes storyline, which seems to, I think has been pretty clear, and they've been doing a really nice job with it, but then also seems to be flummoxing people periodically. So it's good to just, draw a line under it.
And it was nice looking at all these collision promos you pulled in. It's like the women actually had quite a few emotional promos pre-Blood and Guts, and the men really didn't, which is interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, but then there was Athena's in a bit of a situation with Harley Cameron now because of what happened during the tag team tournament, and she was kind of, I thought did a good job also of being like, I feel like I'm not doing as well as I think that I should be doing. So that was a good, we'll see where that goes. And then they had their second two battle advantage matches for the women. Jamie Hayter beat Sky Blue, but Tekla beat Harley Cameron. So the bad girls had the advantage going into the match on Dynamite. And then the women open Dynamite. So we're not going to recap the whole thing. We're just diving into our, we've got some items of interest and some big questions, and we'll see how it goes. Sound good?
Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Sky Blue came out first, and I do think has to get she really killed it in this match.
Yeah. She did. She exceeded my expectation. Like, I didn't expect anything from her, and she bled. She bled so well. It was crazy, and just looked so cool the whole time.
She started bleeding so early. I didn't realize, but now I've diagnosed. I'm like, the first bad person, the first heel who comes out, their sacred duty is to, as soon as possible, begin to bleed as profusely as possible. And so that was Sky Blue and Yuta, and they both said, I understand the assignment.
Yeah.
It's got to be bright blood, and I got to get it going fast. That's so true, balloons. And but Sky Blue bled way more than Yuta and was, I think one of you, literally 5 minutes into the match, was like, I hope she's not going to pass out right now.
She, at one point, she kind of, just, blew air out of her mouth the way you would, blow your bangs out of your eyes, kind of, and it was just, blood just,
bubbles.
Aspirating. It was crazy. It was just, so nasty. I loved it.
She looked so cool. And it's so funny to just now be like, oh, I'm a wrestling fan, because we're just in there being like, oh my God, she must have been chomping those aspirin. And then I went on Twitter, and of course it's all our fellow wrestling fans are being like, how many baby aspirin did she take? And I was like, I wasn't supposed to know this stuff. I wasn't supposed to know this.
We're very aware of over-the-counter blood thinners now, okay?
What did Bryan Danielson say about her when she
was like, he goes, Sky Blue, she's incredibly durable. And I'm like, that's an insane way to talk about someone, but okay.
I love so much on commentary. It's just they're constantly proving the point that if you have to keep up a running monologue, you're just going to say some insane stuff.
Yeah.
I know. Rich Latta last week, One Nation Radio did a solo episode, and he did a fantastic job. I think he did an hour, maybe more, but he did a fantastic job. It was so interesting the whole time. I can't imagine what the fuck would come out of my mouth. Half the time, I don't understand the shit that comes out of my mouth when it's the three of us. If I was just recreationally talking without anyone to cut in, I don't know what would happen.
Can you imagine any one of us doing a monologue for an hour? I
can imagine it. I don't like what I'm imagining.
The quality would not be high for me.
I told you guys the other week that I had seen a TikTok or something where someone was like, I'm trying to practice speaking without fillers for 1 minute a day. And I said to myself, I was like, I use a lot of filler words, and it's probably bad. I wish I were better at just speaking extemporaneously. So when I'm driving to work, the days I have to go in, I'm going to try talking without filler words for as long as I can in the car. And you start with a sentence that makes sense. The speed at which you veer into what am I talking about? And then you're but I must keep going. I'm simply not using filler words, and I can say anything I want. It's really fast. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. It does not take long to end up somewhere you didn't expect to be. So,
Well, maybe at some point we'll do a donation, a charity stream thing where one of us gets on Twitch and then recreationally talks for 1 hour.
Okay, it'll be you. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Leah's going to do a charity stream this holiday season.
I think we should all take turns.
Alone. You think we should all take turns? Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that off air. Why were we talking about that?
The bells.
Commentary.
Get in contact with me if you think this is a good idea.
The fact that you have a name for your own fans is... we don't even have a name for Tunnel Talk listeners in general, but we got the bells.
The bells.
That is true. Yeah, we don't call you guys anything.
No, we really should. As I was saying that, it's like the Tunnel Talkers.
The Tunnelers. We'll get to. I came up with a good stand name. We'll get to later in the podcast. But
I like when people call us, like the three of us, the Tunnel Talkettes.
I know that's so sweet.
Makes me feel like a 50s girl band.
Totally. Yeah. Did you know the Rockettes? They're required to all be at least 5'7", and then because all their leg length had to be similar because they like kicked.
Oh yeah, because they kicked
their legs up, and they had to like arrange them by height so that like
so it would look lovely.
So it would look lovely, exactly. Yeah.
I didn't know. I mean, maybe I knew that at one point. I haven't thought about it. I don't know.
I learned it this week, and I was startled. I didn't know the Rockettes had a height requirement.
Remember when Polo saw a picture of us and said that we looked like a cell phone signal?
Yeah.
He really got our asses with that one.
That was, especially since we were wearing red, yellow, and green.
Yeah, and it was right. It was the right order.
The right order, height-wise, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the requirement if you want to be a Tunnel Talkette. You have to...
You gotta fill in a height space.
Red, yellow, or green at the height space, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You gotta be taller than me, or shorter than Leah, or sort of between me and Allie's heights, probably would be your sweet spots.
And I'm the middle girl. I'm the middleest girl.
The most middle of all.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck. We were talking about Bryan Danielson. Okay, we gotta move on. Gear check. Whose gear did you like? Wow,
I can't remember anyone's gear.
I was literally trying to envision gear.
Willow had her patchwork pants that Anne confused me by. Anne noticed that her gear said blood and guts.
Yeah, she'd embroidered it on the back pocket. She'd embroidered
it onto the back pocket. Anne said, like, oh, she has blood and guts on her gear. That's so sweet. I, so stupid, was like looking at her pants and was like, blood and guts. And I was like, they're patchwork. Maybe she did. I'm trying to examine the stitching. I'm like, did she do like Frankenstein stitching? So that's what Anna's commenting on, kind of like a blood and guts theme. And then later I was like, what does it say on her back pocket? And Anna was like, blood and guts. You stupid bitch. She didn't say that. She was nice to me.
I was nice, yeah.
I was mean to myself. Because I'm the middleest girl.
Don't talk to my friend Allie like that.
Oh, okay, I won't. Who else was wearing what? Oh, Tekla came out. She had like all white.
She had the
that
white.
Was the thing that I thought was interesting is that I think I might have imprinted on that one Blood and Guts match where the team like really committed to all wearing white, and it was FTR in their diapers. At the time, I think we found it pretty silly, but it turns out that it is a bit iconic, where I'm just like, to me, it's like two teams of Backstreet Boys in like the Millennium era in that. And like, anyway, so to me, I'm like, oh yeah, blood and guts, you wear all white because everybody wears all white because you're all getting bloody guts. And that was not the case for any of the teams. Which, I kind of like when they wear all white. I like having the moment of being like, and you want to bleed.
Yeah.
Remember when the Young Bucks wore white and Darby Allin rubbed his bloody face on their thighs, and then they wore that bloody pants for like weeks until it turned like rusty.
Oh my God.
So nasty. I really feel like I did kind of imprint on that first Blood and Guts. You never forget your first Blood and Guts.
You never forget your first, no.
But at some point in that one, either Santana or Ortiz went between the cage and the ring, like off the side, and got stuck like a remote in the sofa. And like I could not stop thinking about that the whole time. And people did do that a little bit in this one. I was like, oh, I love the remote in the sofa move.
I had forgotten that nomenclature, and then you brought it up, and immediately I was like, oh, it is so evocative. The second that you hear it, you're just like, oh my God, that is what he is. And so it's funny when they, like, you can almost see them being like, do I slide all the way down, or should I stop myself and crawl out? I don't have a spot yet. I'll just stay here for a minute and think about it. The blood and guts matches I do find so funny structurally, and I think this is one of the. It's harder to be the second match kind of because so they're all coming out one at a time at like intervals of a couple minutes between the players, and they are fighting immediately, obviously, but to me, the pacing is so in the Hall of the Mountain King. Yeah. So they're like until you have everyone in there and the match has started, everyone's vibe is usually a little bit like, well, we got to do something to pass the time until they're going to lock us in here. And it's just like ramping up like, and so I always find it a little awkward at first when you have like 3, 4, 5 women in there and they're just kind of like, it is just normal wrestling, but somehow because of the cage, it's just like, what are we doing here? This is crazy.
Plus, commentary like keeps saying the match doesn't start until everyone's out here, and you're like, well, they're fighting.
Yeah,
and I know it means like they can't submit then, but it is kind of funny because it's like, wow, if we had some collective action here, they could all just agree to just chill out until the match officially starts.
From your lips to management's ears. And
I know. Although I guess the advantage thing does kind of motivate them to try to beat people up before the match officially starts.
I think the kayfabe is that like you're trying to do so much damage that when the match finally starts, that it's easy to take somebody down. So you're trying to do as much damage as quickly as possible. But it is like, I think like in the gauntlets, like it's like the match has started. It could end at any time.
Yeah.
But in these, it's kind of like, well, like nothing that like consequential.
No one can
happen.
die.
Yeah, no one can die until the last person's out.
But the benefit is that it's like in the Hall of the Mountain King works so well as a piece of music because having that slow build, you get really excited. And then when it starts going, it's just like, holy shit, here we fucking go. And
a lot of wrestling podcasts aren't talking about how well In the Hall of the Mountain King works as a song.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's like the benefit. Like that's like why In the Hall of the Mountain King works is because you have the slow beginning and then it slowly amps up and then you get to the frenzy and then you're in the frenzy and it's like, fuck, it rocks in this frenzy. And the women did this perfectly. And I like, that's how a blood and guts match has to be. So it's a little silly at the beginning. You're like, why are we in this cage? What's happening here? They ramped it up. It goes fucking crazy. And then I think the point I was trying to make about 20 minutes ago is that it is hard then to be, don't cry for them, they're fine, but like then it is harder to be the match, the next blood and guts match where you go back to the silly beginning and it seems even sillier in comparison to like how frenzied it gets, because I did see people tweeting being like, men doing nothing. And I was like, no, I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of, but like everyone's doing nothing at the beginning. Yeah. They all start like this, but now you've just remembered how crazy they can get. Yeah. So the men are, eating that. And you know what? They deserve to eat it. Again, don't cry
they gotta eat it. They never eat it. Like, the women are always eating it, so I was delighted to be like, I'm a little disappointed in the men in comparison. Yeah.
A classic night of AEW entertainment.
Not to be like, girls rule, boys drool, but...
But, half of them are from Mars, half of them are from Venus. Okay, so I think that's fun. What else do we want to say? What else did you like or find interesting or exciting?
When Tekla brought that belt out, and was whenever they're doing belt stuff, it's always, like, obscene and crazy.
It's immediately like, this can't be legal. It really wakes you up. Jolt of coffee.
Yeah. You're like, this is on TV at 8:30. And then the mirror. They haven't done mirror stuff before. That was exciting.
That was
fun. It was such a nice mirror. I'm like, you got that at a flea market.
Mirrors are expensive, so they had to,
Dead.
It wasn't just like a cheap plastic Target mirror. It had a, a nice frame.
You're right. I don't know why. I'm so out of it. I wasn't even responding to what you were saying, but of course, I love what you're saying. You're right. It was a beautiful mirror, and they did destroy it, but everything has it's time on this earth. To everything, there's a season.
Turn.
turn, and the mirrors must die in the name of art. And this mirror died, and it died sexy.
Real
Did Toni
sexy
get the mirror?
artistic.
Toni got the mirror out, but then she took the mirror, right? Is that right?
I think she was holding it when someone got smashed into it.
Who took the mirror? We don't know. Don't ask us. Don't worry about it. I want to say I thought everyone did a great job. I was resistant to Megan Bain for a while. She wasn't interesting me at all, but somehow I really flipped on her recently. And I think it was just that gif of like, we can't get into all of it on this podcast, but whatever happened with the women who briefly were here and now they're gone, and everyone was like, they were really sandbagging Megan Bain, but she did the suplex on him anyway, and I watched the gif of it, and she looked so fucking pissed off and then just heaves them over her head. And I was like, listen, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what's shoot. I don't know what's kayfabe. I don't know who was doing what. I'm not judging anybody, but Megan Bain, suddenly I do like you. I like how mad you look, and I like how strong you got.
Yeah, a furious, strong woman heaving two other women into the air. Yeah, I mean, you're going to enjoy that.
Yeah,
if you've got a heart, you know.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
I also just like this bucket Blood and Guts because there were so many like little emotional moments, like Kris and Willow having that moment where once again, like Kris is like, "I saved you. Are you going to forgive me yet?" And Willow's like, "No." And Kris is like, "God, still."
It was. They did a really good job with body language of being like, "Get away! Like, what's wrong with you?" You know, like it was really fun.
And I really enjoyed Mercedes being like, "Oh yeah, I love a big match. I can't wait to be part of this big match." And then she was like, "What the fuck is happening in this cage? I gotta get out of here. This is crazy."
Which actually,
how she had all her himbos like with the belts and a table like all posed ahead of time. Like it's great planning.
She was like, "I'm coming out here for the content," and then she got in there and was like, "No, why is everybody trying to kill me?" And I think it's an overreach to call it foreshadowing, but I don't have another word. So it's like, it was good foreshadowing to have in the build that moment where she got to the ring, not even in a cage, and was like, you know what? I don't want to be in that.
Yeah.
But then she still came out to this event thinking like, and it'll be fine. And then got in there and was like, wait a second, they lock you into this one?
And like, she was like, I think it's like really good character work for her to almost be the exact opposite of Mox in some ways, where she's just like, I love winning, but I do think that I should win extremely quickly and decisively. And I don't like, she'd be happy if every match ended up a squash match. Whereas I think like Mox would be like devastated if any of his matches. Yeah. He's like, no, we have to keep fighting for years. And she's just sort of like, Mercedes is like, no, I want to kill you and I want you to be dead. Like, I'm not relishing the kill. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not enjoying the violence in the same way. I want to be a winner.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas Mox doesn't seem to notice that he's lost. He's like, I had such a great sexual experience in there. Like, who could tell who won or lost?
Right.
It's like you don't win or lose sex, you know?
Right.
But he sure has been safe wording a lot recently.
He sure has. But I thought the Mercedes stuff was really, really great for her, like, kayfabe to be like in that match being like, y'all are perverts and freaks and I have to get out of here.
Which was what made the match such a fucking blast, and the thing that you have to give to like every woman in the ring, including Mercedes for being the counterpoint, it was perverts and freaks all the way down. Like they got in there and they were like, we're here to fucking murder each other. We want the blood to be spread around. Like, you know, even everybody didn't bleed, but like Sky Blue was kind of bleeding for everyone. You know, like the queen she is. She was like, I got you. If you don't want to bleed, I got you.
Marina's out there with her bare feet on the broken glass and stuff. I was like, be careful.
And you know what? Potentially, I don't know, but like because I only sometimes understand if the wrestling I'm seeing is technically good, I've always been all in on Marina, and I remain all in on Marina.
I know.
Some of you weren't because you had things to say about how good she wrestled. I said, I don't know about that. I know that her presentation is perfect, and I love when I see her bare feet.
Yeah,
so.
And she gives a great deranged promo. Do you remember her debut promo where she said to Thunder Rosa, I'm the problem, and you should solve me.
You have to
solve me.
You
have to solve me.
We lost our minds. It's one of the sexiest things we've ever heard on AEW TV.
Yeah.
But it does remind me of another Brian Danielism where when Marina Shafir came out, he said, and Marina's no stranger to cages. Now, what do you mean by that?
Brian, what have you seen down there?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you said, like, what have you seen down there? I'm like, he installed it. If there's a cage in the basement, he installed it. Brian Danielson is always distancing himself from the fact that like, yes, of course, like, they murdered you. But up until then, like, you were all in on the murder train.
You were a founding member. You recruited Mox to this situation.
You taught them to murder. And then you're like, how could the leopards have eaten my face? Like, I don't know.
Just the image of Brian Danielson and Mox, like, down there with tools, installing a cage and being sort of very, like, helpful, handy bit. I'm liking thinking about it. I have a visual right now.
Yeah.
I would love to watch. It's like this old house, but it's just kayfabe wrestling construction projects.
Yes.
Okay. And we're going to Darby's house to build a ramp. And actually, it should be the guys from this old house doing it. So they should be at Darby's house, just being like, we're here at the home of Darby Allin to build a skate park. We're here in the basement of John Moxley to put together a cage.
I really would like to see, like, everybody doing their crafts, like Matt Jackson putting tacks on the bottom of those shoes. And I want to see everybody sewing their gear too. Like, I want to see Willow embroidering that on the back, and I want to see the men sewing for sure. Like, if anybody's doing any of that, put it on a stupid vlog for me. What are you doing?
It was very funny to me. I saw someone, like a little comedy tweet or something, just being like, Tony Khan should have sprung for, like, better gear for Danny Garcia. And for some reason, I, like, didn't become humorless, but I was just like, well, they all do their own gear. They all come up with their own gear. What do you mean? Like, tell him to come up with better taste.
I was listening to Wesley Morris's podcast where he was talking to a profiler who had just, like, interviewed The Rock. So they were talking about The Rock. And the other guy was like, doesn't know anything about wrestling. He was like, Wesley's a huge wrestling fan. And Wesley's like, yeah. And he's like, and then at one point, Wesley was like, when The Rock came up, he was, it was the Attitude Era, and he was out there with The Undertaker, and he starts listing off people, and the guy goes, he has an encyclopedic knowledge of this wrestling stuff. And I was like, those are all names I know. Like, no, he doesn't. That's regular. Everybody knows that.
Everybody. And I hope you then paused and thought, whoops.
No.
Oh, whoops.
Look what happened to me.
He's on there being like, and it was about Bruiser Brody. You're like, everybody knows about Bruiser Brody.
My friend, the normie's like, no one's ever heard these names before once. The Who.
That's a band. But I thought it was very sweet that, again, it's like, not to be a sensitive girl, but I'm like, I thought it was sweet that Penelope and Queen Aminata got to come to the match, even though they were injured, and they had like a little spot on the outside. And I felt like it really must have been very gutting. Like, it's like you want to be a part of the big first women's blood and guts match, and it ended up going so good, and it must have really fucking sucked for both of them to not be able to be in it. And I think it's sweet that they got to come and do a spot and be part of it.
I was thinking that when Athena gave her promo, that I'm like, it must have been desperate competition in the back.
Yeah.
Like, please, can I be part of the B&G, please?
Yeah. And I'm not really sure why Athena wouldn't have been in it, actually. But I am kind of interested. So they had the big ending that they did that was like, yeah, this rocks. And this is, like, to me, also a bit of an imprinting thing, I think, because of the Elite BCC stuff with, like, Yuta. I'm just like, oh, yeah, Blood and Guts, like, ends with a big emotional display where you have to decide whether you'll sacrifice yourself for someone you love. And so they did this big ending with Toni and Mina, where Mina was getting, it's like Tekla, like, had her, like, hands halfway down Mina's throat or something. And she's just getting...
But it was insane because it was face to face also. And she had like Mina cradled in her sacrum and then was also like strangling her.
I wasn't ready. I was not ready for that.
Not prepared.
Yeah, she's strangling her, and then Megan Bain is whipping her. But it's like the whole, and then
and then they're holding Toni, so she has to watch
Toni
it
back. It was a Renaissance painting. I hope someone got a good shot of it because it's like it was a Renaissance painting, and I actually don't know if it's a Renaissance. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, but it looked so good. Why did I even start? Now I'm distracted because I'm
thinking about Renaissance art.
Are you imagining the listeners who's like, you're thinking about Baroque, actually?
No, not even. Like, somehow the second you said sacrum, I just, like, blacked out. I just, like, cradled in her sacrum. There. I, like, can't stop thinking.
That's the power of a vocabulary word.
It's, to be clear, you were right. Like, the way that you said it was right. Everything you've done was right. It took my brain off. I was already like, it was pretty horny, and now I'm just like, what?
When I was
cradled in her sacrum, like, I just need a moment.
When I was in high school, my friends and I on Friday nights would go to yoga, and we had, like, the teacher was like, honestly the most stereotypical white middle-aged lady teaching yoga, and she used to say sacrum all the time, where she would just be like, and really open up your sacrum. So to me, it's the funniest possible word, and I just use it like whenever it's possible to.
Oh my god. Well, the sacrum was really open, and it's like this whole thing, it was like, this was like Xena warrior princess shit in the ring. It's like Gabrielle's getting murdered, and Xena is like, the second that I can, I'm gonna take my revenge on all of you, and you will rue the day that you did this to my beautiful wife.
Yeah.
And anyway, so why did I start talking about this? What is happening?
The classic way blood and guts should end is someone sacrificing themselves for
a loved one. And I believe, as Brian, I think you transcribed this.
Brian Danielson said, when you love someone, you'll protect them with your life. It's like, that's so true, Brian Danielson.
So true, Brian Danielson. Or it should be. Or it certainly should be. But it was such a good ending. I thought this was an absolute banger of an ending. And they'd locked all the good guys out of the ring. That was great. Mm-hmm. And because
they screedled out of the cage, like because they're so small.
Oh yeah, I actually didn't. I missed the part where someone got out of the cage, and so commentary was so. Julia Hart, I hope everyone enjoys this fucking deranged recap. Julia Hart then is like, Julia Hart and Tekla basically beat up the ref to get the key after they've gotten out of the cage, and commentary is like, and we never even thought of that you could get out of the cage because you're so small. And I was just like, what the fuck? They're not bugs. Like, they're not
right? Like mice. We went through the chain link of the fence. They're just so small.
It really made it. And we forgot that they could transform into moths.
They did like an Alex Mack thing and like transformed into a puddle.
I just had such a funny moment where I was like, women are often smaller than men, but not that much smaller. Like, I think if there was a big enough space for them to get out of the cage, then probably someone should have found it before. I don't know what happened. Anyway,
shoddy workmanship from the crew.
Shoddy workmanship. Well, that would never happen if this old house were running the show.
So true. So true.
But,
in Mox's cage.
If Tom Silva were there, this would be ship shape.
They would have water tested it. If a drop of water could get out, Julia Hart could get out.
That Alex Mack, you gotta check for Alex Mackin.
I'm obsessed with the idea. Tony's like, okay, because the girls asked for it, we've hired this old house to come build our cage. And he's like, let me just go see what my money is paying for. He gets out there. Tom Silva is being like, and we're going to get this thing watertight. And if even a drop of water gets out, it's not going to TV. And Tony's looking at it like, that's a cage.
He's like, people have to be able to see through the cage. There's an audience.
Tom Silva is just building planks of wood.
It's like they're never getting out of this no matter how much they transform.
And this cage is actually going to double as a sauna. And he wouldn't say it like that. He's from Boston.
Sauna.
I can't do a Boston accent, Leah.
No, I can't either.
I don't know that I can say sauna in a Boston accent.
Can you say anything in a Boston accent? Can you pretend to be Tom Silva for a minute building a cage?
Well, I've never actually watched this old house, so I can't do like
just construction
man,
talk.
but it's
just Boston, heavy Boston accent.
Yeah, do a Ben Affleck. Do it.
Yeah.
So Martin went and got a pizza.
Nice.
Tony's like, not a piece of pizza. You're supposed to be building my cage.
He can't. He got asthma.
Tony, I don't know what that has to do with anything. I have 2 matches happening in this cage tonight. I don't need a sauna. I need a cage.
Tony's like, this is the last time we're listening to those Total Talk girls. I know we've been doing a lot of things that they've been manifesting lately.
Tom Tom Silva being like, this thing is going to be airtight. He's like, we're going to have so many men and women in there. Air must be able to get in.
Cut a hole in that box for the men and women wrestling within it.
Harry Potter is repulsive now, but you ever like read someone point out that like the people that went to the third task, they couldn't see into the hedge space, so like they were just sitting in the stands staring at hedge for like 2.5 hours, just waiting for someone to come out. And that's us watching blood
and guts. It's like there's just a big wooden box, and you just stare at it, and you hear sounds.
Yeah,
you're like,
the
I think there's a
noises.
belt whipping.
You hear a mirror crashing. You don't know what's going on in there.
You know, it wouldn't. So it's not. That's not a good event to go to. It wouldn't be, and it wouldn't be a good event for us to watch. But you know what? I would enjoy just listening to commentary try and describe what they think might be happening based on what they're hearing. And I think that would be
Delightful.
Yeah.
the most deranged, sexiest commentary of all time. The things that Bryan Danielson would say in that situation would stay with me for years, decades.
I
the
was
rest of my
with
life.
you for deranged. Sexy was
Well, not but like
turn.
sexy in terms of how deranged it is. Like it's like to me, like the crazier something is, the sexier it is. You know, just a little something wild. Okay, so I have no fucking clue. I don't know. Oh, I did have a point. Which was that it was a great ending, but Mina wasn't supposed to be in the match. She took Aminata's spot. So then I was like, I wonder what ending they were planning to do with the original set of girls, because this is totally different, because there's you wouldn't have done anything like that.
right.
Yeah, nobody else loved each other like that in the match. So, yeah, they must have totally pivoted, which is fun and sexy.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, I can't think of anything that would have been better than this. So I guess it's kind of a mitzvah, but
Yeah.
I wonder, but it's like, it makes me wonder, you know, it's like, was there something they wanted to set up that they didn't end up setting up? I don't know. Well, I think it's very clear. The women killed it.
So
Great first blood and guts. And I want to just quickly say I went to Wikipedia to look at, I'll call them out. I went to Wikipedia because I wanted to just look like who's done blood and guts matches before, which ones am I remembering. And they have a table in the Wikipedia entry as of Thursday, November 13th. That's like blood and guts events at AEW. And it lists one for every year. And they have a sentence at the top of the table being like, this is the main event of the show is the blood and guts match. And they only included the men's blood and guts match in the table. And I actually had like kind of a stroked out rage reaction, which might have been a little over the top, because it's like Wikipedia is crowdsourced, and it could someone smart and thoughtful could come in tomorrow and be like, oh, I guess if you have two blood and guts matches on the blood and guts show, they both should be reflected in the table, because it being the main event has nothing to do with whether it was a blood and guts match.
Right. It's whether we call it a blood and guts match and whether the format is blood and guts.
But the fact that anybody came in and didn't do that, literally I was sitting here like a fucking shrill harpy being like, sexism is alive in the world today, and my eye was twitching about it.
And that whole like, because the main event is the blood and guts match, is the kind of like ridiculous thing that sometimes people make up to justify misogyny. Like I was just thinking back to like a gender class in college where we were talking about something stupid like how, you know, teenage boys get paid more to mow lawns than teenage girls get paid to babysit or whatever. And one of the few men in the class was like, oh my God, well, mowing the lawn is physical though. And like the reaction from the 20 women in the class was like, it was really funny, because we were all like, he got booed out of the room. But it was like, A, like babysitting is very physical, like if you've never done it. And then B, like, yeah, because manual labor is always paid better in the United States of America. Okay.
Right.
You know, even if you leave college and have like your circles are mostly women and you see women most of the time, like there's almost no situation in life after college that I've found where you can experience the sublime thrill of being in a room where you're supposed to be discussing gender and there's 20 women and 2 men, and one of the men says something so fucking stupid and it is like, it's like everyone's ears go up. And the man often, because I was a women, gender, and sexuality minor, the man often doesn't seem to notice that he's about to get
He's in danger.
murdered.
Yeah.
He's just like, I think I made a pretty good comment. And everyone is just like looking around like, who wants to start? Let's get his ass.
The where everyone's eyes, like suddenly everyone is wide awake. They are furious. They are staring, like all the heads in the room like turn.
Oh my God, I wish I could be there right now. There's nothing like it.
It is kind of satisfying, yeah.
And it wouldn't happen to you if you didn't say something so fucking dumb.
If it wasn't clear that you had never thought about gender for 1 second in your godforsaken life. Yeah.
My God. Okay. Any other thoughts? I don't even know how long we've been here, but any other thoughts on Women's Blood and Guts?
Rocked. I hope they do it next year, too.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Hit it again.
And I want them to have the only one next year.
Yeah, seriously.
Give it to them.
Yeah, they could have done it. I mean, they were doing such a bad job in the build, and then people were like, oh, they did the men to rescue it, whatever. But it's like, I mean, they pulled it out so well. It's like...
Yeah. I think I'm not going to complain about anything because I think it ended up working out great. Yeah, and actually... Totally. Again, I loved having 2 Blood and Guts matches. It turned out it was a great night for me, so I'm not mad. But obviously they could have been the sole Blood and Guts match, and it would have done the trick. And I would say I'd love it if they got it next year. I would say let's really build the faction fight earlier because that is something that I missed. Like I do think. I loved, obviously it's just like I love elite matches, but like when it was like the elite BCC stuff and they'd like really gone all in on the faction stuff, I thought that was so rich and fun in the ring. So let's do it. Let's do that next year. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay, so then we have what I've called the intermission. And I kept thinking about it as like when I was a kid, my parents took us to dinner theater sometimes. They took us to the Three Little Bakers dinner theater. And during the intermission of the show, they would just like invite kids up on stage to do the Macarena. And that was...
That's a time. Yeah, I love that.
That's what I thought of this whole middle section, I fear, is that I'm just like, this is just the Macarena time. So it's like a safe time to go to the bathroom or get a plate of dessert or something.
Yeah, pay as much attention to the Macarena as you feel like. It's not critical. But it's fun, you know.
And of course you love it if your child, Hangman Adam Page, went up on stage to do the Macarena.
Yeah, you're videoing that.
Yeah. So Hangman did have his fight versus Will Hobbs during the intermission, and for the reasons I've just described, bit of a difficult spot to be in. I thought it was a really fun match that got not as much of my attention as it could have because I said I'm kind of gearing up for the second Blood and Guts match.
It was a little like I gotta save it. I've only got so much attention to give in 2.5 hours, which it did feel a little dark to me where I was like, I'm so much more engaged in matches where people are like destroying their bodies and bleeding like crazy because I've become a Roman emperor, but they were just really good.
But there's also there's the invention and creativity element of the Blood and Guts where it's like who brought what to the fight. Like who brought what weird prop?
Who's interacting with who? Like who's gonna tap? Yeah, it does. Whereas this was a much more normal match, even though he was.
They did go pretty crazy, and Hangman's boobs were absolutely out of control. I mean, what was happening there was just like, my fucking God. And he did do like a moonsault in the audience. There was a lot of stuff that I was like, oh, you have my attention. And then you've lost my attention because I remembered that I'm going to have to really tune in again soon. So it was intermittent attention during the intermission.
But it was really good. And that into the electrical table at the end with the sparks was killer.
That was
great.
Totally crazy. So Hangman did pin Hobbs, and then Shibata came out and attacked Hangman, and then Samoa Joe came out and joined in, and they've like gotten Hangman into the ring, and not a lot of communication between everybody what's going on backstage, I guess, because the cage is coming down for the Blood and Guts match already, so it's like, oh my God, he's gonna get trapped in there, and commentary went so ham on being like, oh God, won't anybody come save him? Does he have anybody who can help him?
I don't know why, but I'm the world's stupidest girl right now, like in general, but I was especially doing bad last night. And so when this was happening, I suddenly thought, like, I was like, oh my God, the cage is coming down. So Hangman's going to be stuck in the cage and he's going to have to be in Blood and Guts after he just got destroyed by Hobbs. That's crazy. And I was like really I was like, wow, that's innovative. That's not what happened.
No. Well, sometimes I think that's fun sometimes, though. It's like you imagine a much wilder story than they're ever going to do. We'll get to that later. We'll get to that later a little bit as well.
And this also, I thought the Samoa Joe was going to talk. Like, there was a moment where he was kind of, like, walking around in the ring in a very, like, oh, God, they're about to hand him a mic way. And I was like, again, but then he didn't.
He didn't talk. Hook and Eddie ran out, saved Hangman. Hangman's the one who got on the mic after the ops had been chased out. And he said, Joe, if you wanted me inside a steel cage, all you had to do is ask, you dumbass. At Full Gear, leave Shibata at home, leave Hobbs in the hospital. At Full Gear, Samoa Joe versus the Hangman in a steel cage match. And actually, I was like, okay, yeah, you did have to. There had to be something else going on if you wanted to get my interest at all for a Samoa Joe Hangman rematch. And so you have my attention.
Yeah. I was like, well, thank God they're doing something. That'll be fun, I think.
And Samoa Joe, for the first time that I can remember, said, well, no, wrong.
It's the second time, because remember when Hangman and Swerve were being horny at each other and Samoa Joe kept doing faces that were like, oh, wow, like, you guys are really, look at this.
It's crazy. Okay, yeah, so he's made a face before. But this was the first. This was the first that he's done where he was like, he made a face on the ramp that was like, fuck, I didn't want that to happen. I'm a little stressed about that. And I think it's kind of late in the game of his entire time at AEW for him to finally be making a face like that. But I appreciated seeing it. And because I also didn't have to hear him speak, Samoa Joe, you may live another week.
Yeah.
I think that's very big of me.
Tiny bit of vulnerability, and it is. Our hearts are always so open. We want everyone to do better.
Almost everyone.
Almost everyone. But, I mean, there's very few that we've held out against full-time.
Yeah, they're coming up next, but...
Well, no, because we had our moments.
That's true. We weakened.
We've handed it to ISIS so many times this year.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
ISIS is... Banner fall for ISIS.
When I heard the stip, I was like... oh my God, like they had to do something so that it makes sense, like for them to do it. But I was like, I kind of wish that the Mark Briscoe stip was the stip for every single match. So like, the loser of every match has to join the Don Callis family.
That would be fun.
Leah, sometimes you hop on this podcast and hit us with ideas that like truly send me off my rocker, where I'm like, fuck, that's the only thing I want to see. Now I have to watch Full Gear, and that's not the stip for every single match. I'm going to kill myself.
It really should be like a full Don Callis family themed episode, or, pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God. I want that.
Wow.
And to have an influx of boys who don't want to be there.
And a really big boy, like if Samoa Joe had to go to the big strong boy house and he's the biggest and strongest.
Oh my God.
Got to up their hand purchasing
the biggest boy simply eat all the other big boys. He goes into that house and it's like Kenneth Vision. You see everything he sees is a ham.
Just hams on top of.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's good. Great. FTR. Well, so this also happens during intermission. And actually, I didn't realize going into the night that it was a 2.5 hour show. So I was surprised by how long intermission was going until somebody told me that. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat comes out. And we need to see him. Leah, I think you were pretty excited. You said we couldn't do it without him.
I was worried that we were going to finish this night without Ricky the Steamboat, but don't worry about it. We saw him.
We've honored him before, but we're going to honor him again.
We'll honor him again. I was feeling salty about it. I said I don't want to see the steamboat right now, or the dragon, or whatever he calls himself. I don't want to see this steamboat dragon. And then I remembered something that we said once on this podcast. We were complaining about how many times we had to see, like, I don't know, the Rock and Roll Express or something get murdered. And then we suddenly realized that there must once have been perverted women like us who were horny for the Rock and Roll Express. And we said, oh my God, we've been thinking of this as catering to men's desires, but there are women out there who once were hard as nails for the Rock and Roll Express, and who are experienced. They're young again because they're seeing them get bleach poured in their mouths or something by John Moxley. And so we said, "Bring them on! Bring on the Rock and Roll Express! Let the old women have it."
Foremothers. It's so true because when we're 70, we want Dustin out there getting.
We want
murdered.
Dustin out there, yeah. So then immediately my whole the tenor of my energy changes, and I think, you know what, Ricky? Come on out. And I hope that one of my foremothers is out there having the best night of her life because she gets to see you. And so he's telling some stories about his onions. Mm-hmm. And I said, that's his right. That is his right. And
it's his right, and I celebrate it. It didn't make a lot of sense, especially with how long that it went on for. I guess people were saying today that Ric Flair was supposed to be there, but like something happened.
He came out beforehand, but then he didn't come out on the. I
saw that. I think like someone recapped Swore in one of our channels, and they said that he got hurt. He was supposed to be part of the angle, but he's hurt, and so he didn't feel like he could do the angle. So he came to the show and just talked to fans, but then he didn't get in the ring, which is
he
whatever.
didn't.
Yeah,
we didn't. That's great. I didn't want to see Ric Flair.
Very happy not to see Ric Flair, but I did wonder if the segment would have made more sense if Ric Flair had been there, but I don't know, because it really, how much more sense could it make?
It's possible, but once a man starts telling his onion stories, it's just like, there's probably nothing that was going to save it. Like what, they were going to tell onion stories to each other and that was going to be better? I doubt it.
And FTR talked for so long, like all three of them, with Stokely talked for forever.
That's what I want to say. We haven't even gotten to that. It's because the onion stories. So my heart is open at this point, is what I want to say. I'm like, let him talk about his onions for my foremothers. And then FTR came out and I said, I slammed the door of my heart closed. I said, never fucking mind. I should have known. I should have known the whole time that that's what was going on. Should have known that it was fucking FTR being like, we got an old man we want to bring out, boss.
I know.
I bet you do.
They're very like, a fun thing about us is that we really honor classic wrestling. It's like, you're a wrestler. Like, they're all horny for classic wrestling. Like, it's like being like me telling a job, like I work in IT, and it's like me being like at work, being like, a fun fact about me is I work with computers. It's like, yeah, we all work with computers.
Yeah, but I really work with them.
I work with them. I really love them in a way that you wouldn't understand. I don't.
It was like, fool me once, shame on me, fool me every fucking time I guess, shame on me, shame on me, shame on me. Fork found in kitchen. It's FTR. Obviously, it's fucking FTR. You stupid bitch. So then we have another 10 years of promo that, like, I was fading in and out of. And so it's like I would just be gone for minutes and then come back in, and Dax is being like, and one time you gave me the best financial advice of my career. I said, Susie Orman? Is that you? What are you doing in this wrestling ring?
It's like sometimes there are true things that probably happened that you don't necessarily need to bring up. And then everyone should know this. Like, save your money, kids. Okay.
That's what really made me crazy about this, is because they were supposed to be the heels and they were supposed to be out there doing heel promos, but especially Dax made such a point of being like, yeah, so you trained us and I was obsessed with you for years and I love everything about your era of like, he, despite the fact that he technically was giving a heel promo, he just had to make it so textual to be like, by the way, I really am a huge fan of classic wrestling, and of course, this is my hero, and I love to be able to do spots. And I'm like, the thing is that like none of the actually good wrestlers in this company would ever do anything like this, because they would just fully fucking commit.
Right, and like isn't that the most disrespectful thing you can do? Mm-hmm. Yeah, in a way.
Right. It's like, if you're a heel, you're supposed to use people's dead fathers and their brothers' death. Like, you're supposed to go hard on things that a normal person would never do, because it's such a terrible thing to say.
It was crazy. It was fucking crazy. Anyway, it went on for about 15 years, and then it ended with them beating up Ricky Steamboat, and then Brodito ran out to save Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And
which is fine, but it was like, it went on for so long, and I was like, why are they building a match with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat? Like, this is not
Why is he in this? Why is he in this?
Anytime you're in Greensboro, you're legally required to have that Steamboat out there.
And I guess I have historically said I think it's nice that Toni wants to run an old dog sanctuary, and it's probably also nice that he's become a bit more circumspect about what that will look like on the program. But
I'm glad the internet bullied him out of some of his worst behavior, his Jeff Jarrett behavior specifically.
Yeah. But anyway, it's all fine. And to our foremothers who presumably were huge had hard-ons. Oh, what did I said? I said, what are Ricky the Dragon and Steamboat fans called? Steam Queens. So
they were thinking, when we were young, there was an onion on our belt, and that was the style at the time.
God,
they
Ricky,
felt so good.
You still got it, brother.
You still got it.
And I celebrate them and them only. And Dax, I hope it sucked for you, actually. Fuck off. So then the other thing that happens in the intermission is that the DCF beat up Jack Perry and Luchasaurus, and Okada leads the Young Bucks out of their trailer and just right into the scene of the carnage. Josh Alexander basically presents the head of Jack Perry to the Bucks, and Don Callis says, we all know Kenny's going to be here next week, so maybe we can send him a message and you can join the Don Callis family.
And it was so perfect because they were just looking down at Jack Perry with unreadable looks on their faces.
Well, they had that, it's like unreadable, but they both had this look of like, yep, it kind of always ends up this way for us. Seems like things are going good. And then next thing you know, someone's showing you a man's head and saying you have to join my faction. And then you just got to stand here like, okay, see you later.
Men are always bringing us other men's head on a pike. And it's like, I have too many heads on a pike.
You do just imagine them like going back into the trailer, closing the door, turning to each other and just being like, a fucking head again? Jesus Christ. How the fuck are we going to get out of this one? Some great faces from both Young Bucks. Spam texts are getting so... I just got a text during this recording that just said, do you want to come over tomorrow night for ribeye and mashed potatoes?
You're going to say yes?
Yeah, I'll probably say yes to the spam artist who wrote that one. It does sound interesting, honestly. I mean, so yeah. I don't know. So they're suffering a little bit. There was a Okada Kyle Fletcher promo on Collision. Did one of you watch that?
I did, and I fucking loved it.
Okay, speak.
So Kyle's like doing a pretty normal promo with, I think it was Renee, and then Okada comes up and goes, "Hey Kyle, I'm so sorry that Takeshita's out of town. I'm sorry he couldn't be with you, but I'm here." And like the vibe was very much like, "Oh, you must be lonely. Do you have anybody to like rub your shoulders and keep your bed?" Like it was like the vibe was very. Like,
do you have water? Do you have a hot water bottle? Do you want a man instead?
The vibe very much was like Okada's like thinking of ways to ruin Takeshita's life subtly and like thought about like, oh, I could steal his husband. Yeah, I could do that real easy. So he just marched in, and Kyle was kind of open to it.
He called the pair of them. He was like, we could be Proto-Kata. Yeah, which is like...
Well.
Yeah, and Kyle kind of repeated it after he left, feeling like in a way where we were talking about
Takeshita.
Yeah, it was very
Proto-Kata
like,
actually does not have the mouthfeel of Takeshita.
Not quite
but
as much, no.
No, but Kyle's kind of into it.
Kyle was kind of into it.
So Takeshita better come back and take his man back.
I don't think
Okada said that he and Kyle were the top boys of the Don Callis family.
Wow.
So.
Oh my God, what was the exact words?
I can't remember, but yeah.
He used the funniest phrase, and I can't think of what it was. He was just like it wasn't the anchors, but like he said something.
It was something like that, though.
And it was so funny, and I was like, Okada, when you're like flirting, you're such a fun. You're so fun.
I know. He's so cute, too.
He's really in his moment. Because he had that moment with the Young Bucks after, like, Don Callis left. And Okada just said, she's, like, grinning at them. And he's so happy he gave them this head. And I have to assume, can see that their faces are just like, oh, my God.
He said something like, what did he say? He was like, it's decision time. Yeah.
And just tapped his wrist and grinned at them and left. And it was just like, oh, my God.
He's really in his like troll era kind of.
Troll era and it rules.
But it's like there's an edge to it that there was. It's like I'm scared. Yeah. I'm scared of you.
Yeah. And it also cracked me up because after he said that and walked away, Nick kind of looked at Matt and was like, "Ooh, so what are you going to do about that?" So what are
when your middleman suddenly has the upper hand, it's very.
It doesn't happen to them that often. They usually manage to move first. They usually manage to scorpion first, but they're not having a good time, and I love that. That is exactly what I like to see.
And you can tell that they're not having a good time because once again, crew neck.
Oh, crew neck, yeah. Oh, just up to that. I mean, it's like, I would love to actually see us start going into turtleneck territory.
That would be great, yeah.
Creeping up.
Borrow
more he
something
gets
from
distressed.
Christian Page.
Mock neck, turtleneck. And then kind of a fold over turtleneck that you can hide your face in when stuff like this is happening. And then I put it in here just because this is the Hammy Boys section. We do want to just discuss something that's been going on recently. So there have been actually a slew of AEW advertisements. There were the where workers work or whatever. Where real
wrestlers work, I think.
Where real workers work.
Where the workers.
There were the office promos, and then they did this Thanksgiving promo where a bunch of people are like showing up to a house. AEW wrestlers are showing up to a house. Allie, they're showing up to a house for Thanksgiving, and they're all coming bearing food. And it's like the first thing that happens. The conglomeration goes up to that door. They open the door, and Mark Briscoe is standing there holding in his hands.
In his bare hands.
In his bare hands. A full spiral cut ham.
Yeah. There's no plate. It's the ham in hand.
Hand ham. And I thought to myself, if we got hired collectively to be the new AEW social media managers, we wouldn't tell you, but there would be signs. And there sure have been a lot, haven't there? We didn't get hired to be the new AEW social media managers, but
they were like, we actually don't have to pay them to get their ideas.
I've got to meet whoever is writing these
I know.
skits.
They're doing an incredible job. All really of the worker ones are so fun, too. Yeah. It's crazy.
That ham. That ham.
Vivid.
With the look on his face, too.
He's a hungry boy wanting ham. He wanted to throw that ham.
He's like, I heard the boys love ham.
Leah, you said you're like POV, you're a basement boy, and the door opens and you look up and this is Mark Briscoe standing there being like, cook ham, throw ham.
Yep.
I mean, keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep it up. We like
incredible work.
We love seeing our ideas on the big screen. It came out on the same day as our podcast, to be clear.
The reaction has been huge. Hey,
our ideas are amazing. Our ideas are literally amazing. They always happen. But
when you have as many good ideas as we have, like, of course, many of them are going to hit. Yeah,
many of them are going to hit. Yeah. So keep up the ham content. Keep up the ham content.
We love ham content.
I thought you were just going to stop there and be like, keep up the ham.
Ham it up.
Ham it up, literally. And
party rocking in the ham tonight.
Party hamming?
Party hamming in the ham. Party hamming in the ham. I would like to get to catering again. Haven't been back there in a minute, which I'm sure is just an oversight. Like, let's just get back there. And I would like to find that the only thing they're serving is ham. It's all ham-based. It's like split pea and ham soup, maybe. It's like, it's all ham-based stuff back there. And
if they did a sketch in catering where they just kept opening little platters and it was just ham after ham after ham, I think you couldn't go wrong comedy-wise.
I know. And
I call it hot ham water.
And then there'd be like 5 of ham in a row, and then the last one would just be eggs.
That's good, Ann. That's good. That's comedy. That's escalation, and then pivot. Okay, so so you are making us very happy. So thank you, AEW, and thank you, Mark Briscoe, and your ham. And I think that we all love ham. So men's
I agree.
We all love ham.
We all love ham.
We can all.
I feel like if we wanted to, at this rate, every episode for the rest of the year could have ham in the title.
I know. I was like, there wasn't a lot of Dunkhouse content, which is probably good for our title variety. Because really, once we get on ham, it's hard to get on ham.
It's mostly ham stuff. Yeah. The ham dungeons. Just toiling away in the ham dungeons. Okay, so let's start. Men's Blood and Guts. I want to raise a kind of a serious point to start with. The curious absence of Leah Tunnel talk in the 4th and 5th quarters of Dynamite.
I'm not doing well. And
the narcolepsy.
During intermission, during the endless onion story.
Yeah. Leah did send a message to our group chat at 5 p.m. saying she was in bed. So that was kind of setting the tone.
I did get out. I got out of bed for Dynamite for the first half
until
of
the
Dynamite.
Macarena.
Okay. Yeah. And then in the Macarena, I went back to bed. And so I was doing okay.
That was your first mistake.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I was doing okay. And then for some reason, Kyle O'Reilly came out. And I said, I've had enough of this. And
I can't believe that my son, Kyle O'Reilly, did that to you. I'm like, that was when I woke up again.
When those bright white thighs came out with that amount of light.
They were barely white for a moment, and because they got so covered in blood from all the men he was eating.
That's probably why she could sleep so easily.
I did do the extremely comedy delusion thing where I was like, I think I'm just gonna listen for a minute. I'm just gonna listen to commentary for a minute.
That's it's meaningless when you say it about anything. Like, it always means like I might fall asleep, but to say it about wrestling is like wake up. Okay, well, so Leah fell asleep. I love that you fell asleep and then you did wake up for the end.
There was, I think, one of the last things that they did, they must have made a weird, loud enough noise because I woke up, literally,
but it was
35 seconds before it ended, and so I got to watch the end.
You did not rejoin the chat, which is also very funny.
No, well, at that point.
What was I going to say?
Right?
What if you had just been like, wow, great blood and guts? Like, we all, it would have been like Grink in the group chat, like, I know you've been asleep. I know you've been asleep.
Little Miss Bed at 5 p.m. Yeah, sure.
Well, I do support you, Leah, but, we had to get it out there. Yeah. Again, as mentioned earlier, Yuta was second out and took his duties as first bad guy out seriously. He said, I got to start bleeding. He started bleeding. Beautiful. He's out there with Darby and OC. So we like to see a little father-son time in the ring.
Yeah. OC took his sunglasses off. He crushed them in his hand and went at Yuta.
And then he hit Yuta with the sunglasses, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really hard. It's really hard to hear about and to see.
I know. He came out with this backpack full of chains, too. A lot of props.
What is it that Bryan Danielson said? When you love someone, you'll protect them with your life. If I never see Orange Cassidy protect Yuta with his life again, I'll tell and show. It has to come back around someday. I'm fine waiting years. But someday I need to watch that old man throw himself over Yuta like the fucking Fox and the Hound. Okay? I need it to be like Will Ospreay in front of Swerve.
Yep. And Dustin Chuck Taylor better be there.
He better come, and then he better throw himself on top, and it better be 3 men on top of each other, and 2 of them are proud papas to the boy beneath them who has been spurning their love for years, but suddenly realizes, I can always go home. My father's
prodigal
son.
Right. Yeah.
So when you have to go there, they have to take you in,
It's exactly so. And so I'm sure we'll see that someday.
I'm sure we'll be 70. They'll bring Dustin Chuck Taylor out in Greensboro, South Carolina.
And some young whippersnapper podcast is going like, get these old men off the air. And we're saying, never let them get off the air.
This was for us.
This was for us. And you know what?
Buddy Danielson's in the ring doing like a I love classic wrestling kind of promo.
I was like, I can't believe it. The Orange Cassidy. Okay. Claudio has a huge butt. Thoughts?
First things first. It was crazy. Someone posted a GIF of it, and I was like, it's really short. So, and they were like, this is crazy. And I was like, what am I watching? Because it was just him going up the stairs, and then I was like, oh, I see.
I thought that maybe people had, I don't know why. I saw him come on screen in that moment while watching and was like, that's the biggest his butt has ever been. And then I thought, you're such a freak. I'm sure it's his normal butt. But you know what? Turns out I was right. Everybody was looking at it thinking it's the biggest his butt's ever been.
If there's one thing we know, it's the size of men's butts.
It's butts. I've actually often proven that I don't really know the size of men's butts. I just kind of know the size I feel they are. But in this case, my feeling was aligned with reality. Huge.
Claudia really actually has kind of a great body, so it's too bad that he's so professional, you know?
So professional. God.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing you can be. Danny Garcia and Yuta got a little boyfriend time working together, trying to murder OC. That's so special. That's such a special bonding moment between boys.
Yeah. When you help your boyfriend murder his adopted father.
Yeah, that's huge, and I'm glad they got that bonding together. And I don't understand their relationship still, actually.
No.
But they had fun in there. What else did you like? What else were you interested in?
Well, this wasn't what I liked, but the crazy thing was how they were like, it's Mark Briscoe's turn or whatever. And then they were like, he's not coming out and we can't find him. And then Renee's in the back, reporting, and he's just kind of screaming. And you're like, I don't know. And no one knows what happened.
And everybody in the ring kind of had to freeze and look at the screen and watch it. I just thought it was very funny.
It was a confusing period because there had been, on Collision, there was a segment between the Death Riders and the Don Callis family, where the Don Callis family were like, Mark Briscoe is scheduled to fight our special boy, Kyle Fletcher, at Full Gear. So if you wanted to, just fucking kill him in the Blood and Guts match, that would be amazing. And it actually was a really good, Mox did a really good job of just being like, what the fuck? I don't do things for you. And Don Callis was like, well, I owe you a favor. And Mox got so up in his face and was like, do I look like the kind of guy who needs a favor? And it was like, no, but you probably do right now, just given how things have been going for you recently.
Reality, yeah.
I mean, you are 2 steps from the poorhouse, the Don Callis mansion. You're going to end up in that basement, boy. But they didn't want to do it. So I think the implication was that the Don Callis family had gotten Mark Briscoe somehow, but
I think it was explicit later, not the first.
Oh, was it?
Thing, but I think later, because I just watched.
Yeah,
Guts about an hour
Leah got
ago.
back in there. Don't worry,
Yeah.
we do our homework.
When Mark Briscoe finally came out, when Renee did that voiceover, that the second time when she was like, update, she was like, Don Callis did it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, nice.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm not complaining about it. It was a little funny in the moment, because you're right. He was just screaming. It could have been a really bad tummy ache. You know?
It was
Could have been he has food poisoning.
It was kind of like, you're selling so much that it's like you're a little kid being like, I have a stomach, I can't go to school.
Well, especially because Kyle and Roddy actually did have a bit of a parental energy of I know he has his recital today, but look at him. Do you want to see him up on stage trying to play an oboe like that? What are we going to do?
Roddy, you go out and buy us some time so we can see if we can, get him back in later.
Yeah.
But they couldn't.
Well, they couldn't, but they could. So what happens? So they all go out. They send everybody out. They send all the men they have, and we get all the men in the ring except for Mark Briscoe. And I guess it's just he didn't fucking make it, so lock the door.
Renee does this voiceover that's he's laid up, and then they're like, okay, cool.
His tummy, guys. So
yeah.
So they lock the men in there,
but then he comes out literally 1 minute later.
Really fast.
It was really soon after.
Really fast.
With the funniest beleaguered medical staff member trailing him, going, Mark, no, you can't do this. And then when he got to the end of the ramp, she just threw up her hands and was like, well, go die then.
Honestly, if I worked medbay at AEW, that would be my vibe all the time.
Yeah.
I think we've said that before too, that it's I would be, Bones, just being and he's gone. Okay, well, fuck you then.
I want a full sitcom specifically about that woman.
Yeah.
Her life, just her life backstage being and you wrestled on that? You knew that it looked like that and you didn't come see me?
That would be so
Crazy.
good.
And then he had bolt cutters to get into the.
Yeah.
So they locked the door. It's locked for 1 minute, and then Mark Briscoe.
And he
opens it
didn't
up
know.
again.
He didn't know that you could just sneak in through the hole for girls.
Well, he's not small enough, Alex.
He's not. Oh, he's not small. He's not a teeny tiny mouse girl. Sure. Okay. Go ahead, Ann.
Oh yeah. Should we talk about our Dustin Chuck Taylor derangement syndrome?
Oh yeah. Well, to be fair, I did frame it right off the bat. I said, hey guys, I'm having one of those classic, like, holy wormed out brain moments where I'm going to another world where Mark Briscoe can't come out to the match, so somebody else has to come out to the match, and OC is in there getting murdered, and we know who doesn't want OC to get murdered. It's Justin Chuck Taylor. So what if Justin Chuck Taylor came out and then he was in the blood and guts match? And to be clear again, I'm saying to my friends as I say it, and that won't happen. And it's the craziest thing you could possibly say in this moment. You would have to be so fucking broken in your brain to say that. And then I hopped on Tumblr.com and immediately saw 5 people saying the same thing. It was just like, and that's my real community.
Yeah, that's where we're from, and that's what the girls do.
That's what the girls do. And I saluted them. I said, it literally are so broken.
It must be so perplexing for so many normie fans to be like, there's this contingent, like people listening right now being like, what the fuck? Because it's like, if there were a bunch of people out there being like, maybe Santana will come out right now. Like, what are you talking about?
But it's different. It's actually different because...
It's actually different because he's much better. And
yeah, Justin Chuck Taylor is actually really different.
Girls love him.
I mean, the thing is that it's like none of us can explain it either. Really. No, like, we can't really explain it. It's just like, why has this happened to you? I don't know. He turns it on. He does it to girls. He makes them crazy.
He's a relatable king. I don't know.
No,
he's pretty neurotic, and that really works.
Anyway, he didn't come out. Mark Briscoe came out, and I already wasn't really in the mood to watch Mark Briscoe save the day. And
right, in that context, it was like you really ruined it for ourselves.
He's just been saving the day so much, and you know, he's just Mark Briscoe, and that's the thing nobody wants you to say. And I know none of you, you're all mad hearing it. You're like, what does she mean? He's just Mark Briscoe. Everybody loves Mark Briscoe. He's fine.
I have no beef with Mark Briscoe.
I'm mad at him. I'm glad he held that ham.
He's had times where he's been very funny. It's just that
he's had moments.
There's never going to be a moment where I'm like, oh, thank God Mark Briscoe.
I'm just never going to be horny for Mark Briscoe.
So
it's just
dark that I'm like, you know, I'm more likely to say, oh, thank God Griff Garrison.
That's actually so true.
Oh, see, it's Griff. I brought Griff Garrison.
It's not Mark's fault, but anyway, so Mark Briscoe gets there and he brings a normal desk toolbox and he gets himself in there and they're all in there doing exactly what they do. You know, it's like they're doing the bloody, they're doing the gutty. Claudio is getting into the spirit of things. He's trying to eat Roddy on top of his head, which I thought was a little dark because, again, we know what Kyle got up to in the Arctic.
Yeah. Claudia's like, Roddy, you've got to be used to this. You've probably taken a nap near Kyle before and waking up to someone biting your face.
And he's like, just a taste.
Yeah, just want a little bit.
I just want to remember what it feels like. I won't break the skin. I just want to remember what it feels like.
Just that salty, reeful,
the sweat,
human flesh.
The sweat taste. The pulse going so fast.
That's vivid. I like that.
I don't think there's anything I can safely say. So,
it is like when you feel that pulse going so fast and see the fear in their eyes just for that moment, and you're not going to eat them, but they know you could.
They know you could. They know you want to. No wonder Roddy has such a weird variable personality. It's like this is what he's dealing with behind the scenes. He's been in a state of heightened awareness for years, probably decades. His
cortisol levels are crazy.
He's just like, I know he wouldn't eat me unless one of these days he does. Unless one of these days he does.
Like just at winter, if they have like a show in Minneapolis and it's really icy, Roddy's just like, I don't think I can go this week.
I'm sick. I've got the black lung. Okay. So what else? Darby gets up on the ceiling of the cage. I have to say, I'm popping huge. The second, I like when they get up on the walls of the cage and they start scaling
off the rafters,
the cage, but not as much. Mark Briscoe got up on the top of the cage, and he was up there for a long time with Yuta. And all
I really loved that because
you loved it. Okay.
First of all, he like had to like hook like a rope around the
I did like the
and there was the
carabiner
extended
aspect.
period where he was like dragging the chairs and he kept getting stuck on the corner.
Yeah.
And I think Bryan Danielson was like, "Ooh, that's not going to work. He's going to have to reach out a little farther." And so the camera cut so that he could like fiddle with it. And then he finally got it up there. And Yuta immediately stole a chair from him. But then Mark Briscoe took another 2 minutes trying to free the rest of the chairs from the rope. I loved it. I love when people fuck up with props. It's the best.
That is very true. It's the shark cage they can't open all over again, which is
I
really
get stressed out about it. Like I'm like I think I've said it before. It's like in that moment I'm just like, and that's why I could never be a wrestler. And it's like, that's why you could never be a wrestler? Yeah, because they would try to make me work a carabiner on TV. I don't think so. Think so. Well, he's up there. He's up there for a long time. Darby's on the ceiling of the cage. Darby had a big flaming table spot because we had a surprise appearance. Again, this was just like, Jesus Christ, salt on the wound.
Once again, it wasn't Dustin Taylor. It was someone I'm not at all horny for.
Yeah, it was Gabe Kidd. And
it was Gabe Kidd.
And Gabe Kidd's, he's back. And that's fine.
That's fine.
I liked Gabe Kidd at the beginning because I enjoyed how mad it made the New Japan wrestlers fans. I just liked that. They got so mad about it, but it's kind of lost its charm, and I'm just like, well.
That's true. They're so mad all the time. It doesn't feel like a novelty.
I know. I can't even keep up with what everyone is mad about this week. I saw all kinds of stuff. I said, that's not my business.
No, I can't.
I don't need to know. I don't
be
need to know.
involved in that. No.
I just think, until Gabe Kidd, actually transfers to our school, if he is planning to do that, he's not doing anything that allows me to get to know him. So he's just always going to be a bald man who shows up and makes trouble, and I think I'd rather have a different man.
I know. And he screams in an off-putting way, and you're just kind of like, I don't love your energy.
Just calm down. Just calm down a little, please. It's our favorite thing to say to wrestlers. Can you just calm down a little? So out of hand. But he does do a treat for Darby, which is, I like when people do a little treat for Darby. And he said, "Yeah, I'll throw you down onto
on fire.
I'll set you on, and then the table are on fire, and I'll throw you onto the tables to get set on fire." And I think Darby really liked that. That's really good.
And
the fun thing about that is that it reminds us all of the time that Cody set a table on fire and went through it in a desperate bid to get the audience to like him again. That didn't work.
Well, I mean, it all worked out for him in the end, but
the other thing about that spot that was so funny is that first they had to haul Darby up on top of that thing, and for a minute Pac was definitely holding him by his neck on that rope, and I was like, they're gonna hang Darby. And then Darby managed to grab the rungs of the ladder and then pretended to be dragged up the ladder, and it was normal, but there was at least a 4-second spot where all of the weight was on the rope around his neck.
Honestly,
if Darby died on live TV, he'd be so happy.
It's what he wants. It's what he wants.
So happy.
I just watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit last night, and there's a part at the end where all the weasels are dying of laughter, and you watch their little weasel souls leave their bodies and fly up into heaven. And so I'm just imagining Darby's happy soul skateboarding out of his body and just being like, "Fuck yeah, that is exactly how I wanted to go."
His body. That's so funny.
And way up into the sky, and I don't know where he ends up, to be honest. So this is all very fun. Kyle is bleeding like an absolute fucking stuck pig in the ring.
Oh yeah. He looked nuts.
He looked. He must have been so
he was the sky
slippery.
Blue of the match.
It was the sky blue of the match.
So
I know. If we're giving out blood awards, absolutely, it's Sky Blue and Kyle O'Reilly. Sky Blue first, Kyle O'Reilly second, but we can give a men's and a woman's if we want.
That's true. As long as everyone is aware that there's the bleeding champ and then the men's bleeding champ.
Yes.
Yes, correct.
And so he gets Mox locked up in one of his classic locks that he's always getting Mox in. Mm-hmm. And Mox is just powerless. When he gets in these Kyle O'Reilly locks, he's just like, what do you want me to do? Get out of it? I can't.
It hurts. I don't like it.
It hurts. And he's bleeding all over me.
It's so gross.
It's like Mox, though. It's like his vibe is just like, and I can't get my mouth on where the blood's coming out. And I want to suck it right from the wound. So I simply have to tap. I have to tap.
I just realized in this moment that I've become a real wrestling fan because I didn't think about bloodborne pathogens once in this whole episode.
Oh God, no.
It's been years since I thought about them, but I used to all the time.
I know. No, I'm just like they want to share. They want to share those.
Yeah, of course.
What do you mean?
Fluid bonded.
Yeah, it was.
Also, OC got his hand stapled into his pocket, and I was like, Orange Cassidy does not do those kind of spots. That's crazy. He doesn't like it.
What you said was actually much, much funnier. You were so caught up in it. I loved it. I was obsessed with it. You just start going, he doesn't like that. He doesn't like that.
He doesn't bleed. He doesn't do staples. It's not his hands, his beautiful hands.
His beautiful
He'll never play piano again.
I love the idea. That's the kind of drama that I want to see. I want to see OC backstage being like, cradling his hand, being like, I'll never play piano again. And just like 3 guys and a doctor, like, and Dustin, they're all like crouched over him being like, well, just show us the hand. And he just shows it and he's looking so upset. And it's just like one little staple in there. And I just want someone to say, I think you'll live.
Remember when he bladed his little ear and then Dustin was like, it's his favorite ear.
And he's our favorite boy. You know what, Little Orange Cassidy? I honestly didn't notice a lot of what he got up to in this match, though. He got lost in the sofa for a while.
He did get lost in the sofa, which was fun. Yeah.
And that was cute. Oh, then they had Japanese
and he
tables,
did
too.
blade a little bit. He had blood on his little forehead.
Oh, did he?
Did you watch the backstage promo like after with Kyle and?
Oh yeah, I did. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Fun. Yeah.
I can't. This is another thing that I'm like, I can't believe that I'm saying this kind of thing. Watching the match, the tables in the corner keep not breaking. I say they must have gotten those good Japanese tables. And then 5 seconds later, I'm on Twitter and like Trevor Dame is being like, they got those good Japanese tables. I'm like, fuck, I'm not supposed to know this kind of thing. I'm not supposed to say that kind of thing.
The amount we've learned that we have no venue for except for normies to be like, it's very weird that you know that. It's just like, well, I know.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
So anyway, we end on the note of Mox taps out. As
we all knew he would.
As we all knew he would. Bad guys lose. We get a shot of Danny Garcia shooting him this look like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
I thought they were turning on him right then. I was kind of surprised that they were like end of episode. Although I think it'll be fun to have it like a longer moment of turn, I think. I actually feel like the storyline has been pretty well executed because like going in you knew that Mox was going to tap, but it's predictable in a good way because it's like I see where the story is going and you're like executing it correctly. You know, you're like, yeah, this is right. So that was fun. Yeah,
I thought it worked well. And and that's the end of Men Bloody Gutty. And it was a good time. It didn't have that level of In the Hall of the Mountain King that we got from the women, who by the end you were just like, every second something was happening. It was just like, what the fuck are you doing? They didn't get there, but they did a great job. And it's okay to be second place.
Going second is harder, you know, because you've already like gone through the women and then it's later, you're more tired. And
but don't cry for them. Don't cry for them.
This is the only time they'll feel this way.
Hard to be number 2,
It's hard to be number 2.
And I hope they stay there. I really did. During the women's match, I just had a moment where I was like, man, our women's division rocks. This is so fucking fun. You guys are so good.
Yeah.
I felt really proud of everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so fun looking at them and being like, so many of them, they just have very distinct personalities and like they're all got their own things going on, which is very fun.
Yeah. And it was like, it's like they even were just like someone, who was it? It might have been Megan Bain sent like 3 of the women down the stairs, like getting them out of the good girls, getting them out of the ring. And they all fell differently. They all fell in the way that I was like, it's right for you to fall that way. Like I think I've got to stop reading Twitter and being like, I saw someone criticize, but I did see someone being like, and Harley Cameron didn't fall hard at all, not like the other 2. And I was like, no, she shouldn't. She fell funny. She did a funny stumble. That's better for her.
That's right. That's who she is.
Yeah. So I thought great night of TV. And on to Full Gear. The march continues.
March continues. It's crazy that Full Gear is in like a week and a half.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, this was a really incredible episode of Dynamite. Just like all killer. Well, and a little bit of filler. FDR,
a little bit of funny filler. A little bit of financial advice in the middle. The only thing I'm scared about, and I know we got to get out of here, the only thing I'm scared about is that Mox clearly is in for a bit of a reckoning with his Death Riders. So there's a question of like what happens to the Death Riders when he's gone. Like, will someone step up and take command? Could it be your Claudio? Could it be Marina? You know, it's like, who's going to do that? And what happens to Mox? And I'm really worried that he's going to go off TV for a while, which would make sense. And I know that I'm sure many would think that's probably the right thing to do. I'm worried about how this winter is going to look.
Yeah.
Some of you are out there saying, like, the amazing thing about the depth of AEW's roster is that they can be missing so many key figures, but I don't miss them. None of us miss them. I said, I miss them.
Yeah. It's
I
really
fucking miss
fucked up.
characters welcome. I miss little Will Ospreay and Swerve.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I can lose Mox and be in a safe space.
Especially because it's like Swerve, Ospreay, we're going to lose Mox, and the Bucks are going to go on vacation.
The Bucks vacation last year really traumatized me because I'm like, oh God, after Full Gear,
we
there's
can't go
for me. It's the depths of winter and no one fun is on the show anymore. I mean, and it's like Mox has become fun. He was part of the dragging it down last winter, but now he's like a pro. And if we lose him and we don't have Swerve and Ospreay and the Bucks take a vacation, it's just Hangman can't be the only person holding this whole show together.
We won't be giving out a Mommy's Little Ham Award till March.
Yeah, that's all our mommy's hams. So.
I'm just concerned, and it's not that nobody else could step up to fill those shoes, but to step up, you have to step up, is what I'll say. So there's some people we see a lot on TV now, but it's like Jet Speed, when was the last time I saw you guys give a promo where you said something a little weird that gave me a new little something to dig into?
I will
Did they just do one? Did they just do one?
They did do a promo on
Fuck me,
Collision.
missed it.
You should check out
I'll check it out.
Chai Bossway, ever heard of them?
I checked out half the roster, but I didn't get the whole thing. So I'll get there.
They did do a promo where they're both gonna enter the casino gauntlet, and Kevin Knight. I don't know why I just blanked and was like, "Is his name Keith?" No, it is Kevin, right? Kevin Knight was like had this like weird vibe where he was like, and if we end up facing each other, may the best man win, in like a slightly aggro tone.
Yeah.
And Speedball in the funniest tone went, yeah, we're good men.
It was weird. Yeah, I loved it.
My God. Meanwhile, with the shit that's been triggered for me recently, you said that Kevin Knight thing, and I said, oh my God, they're gonna break up.
Not on Speedball's watch.
It's so important.
Will not be aggroed.
So important to have one person there who is so securely attached that like they're just like, I mean, they're both securely attached, but that suggests that maybe one of them is even more securely attached than the other, and it's Speedball.
Yeah.
So good for them. And okay, great. So I'll check that out. But yeah, I'll just say like, you know, if we lose Mox for a while, if we lose almost anybody for a while, some of you are really going to have to. I need you to lock in, and not for the sickos, not for the match lovers, for me. I need you to think about what I want.
Work rate. We're talking character work. We're talking characters welcome. We're talking doing something weird and funny and bizarre that we can do cloud stories about.
And if you don't know where to start, there's always Ham.
Just bring a ham to the ring. That'll go so far.
Just get in a room to brainstorm. Set a ham down on the center of the table, and just say, "Let's spitball."
Yeah. What's our timeline on Swerve coming back? Because like,
I thought it was going to be a ham related question. I think he's doing well. I feel like I feel like Swerve. It's like I think it's anticipated.
His surgery went well, right?
I think so. He's training. He's pumping iron.
If he came back right about now, it would be incredible for me.
Huge.
That would be really big. Yeah. That would be. That would be really big.
Go a long way. Yeah.
Go a long way.
Anyway, it's very funny that we're amping up to World's End being the worst pay-per-view again.
Always is.
Always
is.
Yep.
Historically.
That's
twice.
what it's for.
Historically. That's what it's for.
2 out of 2.
The worst.
100%.
What a track record. Okay. On that note, I've been Allie.
I've been in.
And I've been Leah.
This is Tunnel Talk. Our theme is by Kris Gorkin. You can find us on Twitter, Tumblr, Twitch, Blue Sky at Tunnel Talk Pod, via email, tunneltalkpod@gmail.com. We have a souvenir stand until November 25th. If you want anything, get it now or forever hold your peace. You can find us on our feed, on the Social Suplex Network feed, where you can check out all the other great podcasts on the network. And you can find us on the Social Suplex Network Discord. please rate, review, and subscribe us wherever you get your subscribe us wherever you get your podcasts. Stay frosty, and my God, come back next week.
Extra value meals are back. That means 10 tender, juicy McNuggets and medium fries and a drink are just $8. Only at McDonald's.
For limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California, and for delivery.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.